Module 1: Nature and Purpose of Business. The concept of business is deeply embedded in the history and development of human civilization. In India, the roots of trade and commerce can be traced back to the ancient period. The Indian subcontinent was a hub of international trade with a vibrant and well-organized network of traders, merchants, and bankers. Long before the arrival of colonial powers, India had already established a strong indigenous banking system and a structured trading mechanism. Communities like the Marwaris, Chetiyars, and Parsis were known for their business acumen and financial expertise. These communities played a crucial role in the economic development of India, facilitating trade across regions and even with foreign countries. Major cities like Varanasi, Patliputra, Surat, and Madurai emerged as significant trade centers. These cities served as vital junctions for the exchange of goods both within and beyond the Indian borders. India's exports during ancient times included spices, fine textiles like muslin and silk, precious stones, and handicrafts. The demand for Indian goods was high in regions such as the Middle East, Rome, China, and Southeast Asia. In return, India imported goods like horses, silk, wine, and certain metals. This exchange established India as a significant force in the global economy, with its strategic geographical location further strengthening its trade ties. Over time, various systems evolved to support this booming trade. The indigenous banking system was one such development. Long before modern banks came into existence, financial transactions were carried out using hundis and other traditional methods of credit. These systems were managed by local moneylenders and financiers who not only provided capital but also kept trade records, facilitated transactions, and ensured trust among trading partners. Along with banking, the rise of intermediaries also contributed to the expansion of commerce. Intermediaries, such as brokers and agents, helped bridge the gap between producers and consumers, ensuring smooth distribution of goods across regions. Transport played a crucial role in enabling trade. In ancient times, trade was carried out using bullock carts, boats, and caravans. Rivers like the Ganges and Indus served as major waterways for transporting goods. Maritime trade was also prominent, with Indian ships navigating to ports in Arabia, Africa, and Southeast Asia. The availability of multiple transport options made it possible to connect remote regions and facilitate economic growth. Let us now try to understand what we mean by the term business. Business refers to an economic activity involving the production or exchange of goods and services to earn a profit. It is concerned with the creation of utilities and value to satisfy human wants. Business is an integral part of our daily life, whether it is the grocery shop down the street or a multinational corporation operating across the globe. At its core, business is about providing solutions, creating products, and delivering services that improve the quality of life. Some of the fundamental characteristics of business include dealing in goods and services on a regular basis, the presence of a profit motive, involvement of risk and uncertainty, and the requirement of capital investment. Business is not a one-time activity but a continuous process. It involves repeated transactions over time, unlike casual or occasional buying and selling. Another crucial feature is uncertainty. No business can be completely free of risk. Fluctuations in market demand, changes in government policies, economic crises, or even natural calamities can impact the profitability of a business. However, this element of risk is what distinguishes business from other activities. It is also essential to distinguish business from other economic activities such as profession and employment. A profession refers to an occupation that requires specialized knowledge and skills, often acquired through formal education and training. For example, Doctors, engineers, lawyers, and chartered accountants are professionals. They usually offer their expertise in return for a fee and are governed by codes of conduct laid down by professional bodies. Employment, on the other hand, is a relationship where a person works for another in return for a salary or wages. It involves a contract between an employer and an employee, where the terms and conditions of work are clearly defined. Business differs from both profession and employment in many ways. A business is typically started with the entrepreneur's initiative, capital, and willingness to take risks. Unlike an employee or a professional, a business person does not earn a fixed income. Profits may vary, and there is always a possibility of incurring losses. However, a business person enjoys a greater degree of freedom and independence and has the potential to generate wealth and employment on a much larger scale. Now let's move on to understanding the objectives of business. It is often believed that the primary goal of any business is to earn profit. While this is true to a large extent, it is not the only objective. Business has both economic and social objectives. Economic objectives include earning profit, creating customers, innovating products, and ensuring optimal use of resources. These are essential for the survival, growth, and competitiveness of the business. On the other hand, social objectives relate to the business's responsibility towards society. These include creating employment opportunities, producing safe and quality goods, conserving the environment, and contributing to community development. Modern businesses are increasingly recognizing the importance of social responsibility. Companies like Tata Group, Infosys, and ITC actively participate in initiatives related to education, healthcare, environmental sustainability, and rural development. They understand that long-term success is linked to the welfare of the communities in which they operate. Business activities are broadly classified into two major categories: industry and commerce. Industry refers to the economic activities concerned with the production of goods and services. Industries can be further divided into three types: primary, secondary, and tertiary. Primary industries are those that are concerned with the extraction of natural resources. Examples include agriculture, fishing, mining, and forestry. These industries form the foundation of the economy by providing raw materials. Secondary industries involve manufacturing and construction activities. They take the raw materials provided by primary industries and convert them into finished goods. For instance, the textile industry converts cotton into clothes, and the automobile industry manufactures vehicles using various components. Secondary industries are crucial for adding value to raw materials and for supporting large-scale employment. Tertiary industries, also known as the service sector, include activities that provide services rather than goods. These include banking, education, healthcare, tourism, and information technology. Tertiary industries support the functioning of primary and secondary industries and contribute significantly to the national income and employment. The second major category of business activity is commerce. Commerce includes all activities that help in the distribution of goods and services from producers to consumers. It bridges the gap between production and consumption. Commerce comprises trade and auxiliaries to trade. Trade refers to the buying and selling of goods and services. It can be classified into internal trade and external trade. Internal trade takes place within the boundaries of a country and can be further divided into wholesale trade and retail trade. Wholesale trade involves selling goods in large quantities to retailers, while retail trade involves selling goods directly to consumers. External trade refers to the exchange of goods and services between different countries. It includes import, export, and entreport trade. Import trade involves buying goods from other countries, export trade involves selling goods to other countries, and entrepot trade involves importing goods from one country to export them to another after some processing. Auxiliaries to trade refer to services that facilitate the process of trade. These include banking, insurance, transportation, warehousing, communication, and advertising. Banking provides the financial infrastructure for businesses to carry out transactions. Insurance helps in minimizing risks by providing protection against loss or damage. Transportation ensures that goods are moved efficiently from one place to another. Warehousing provides storage facilities, especially for seasonal goods. Communication enables businesses to stay connected with stakeholders. Advertising helps in promoting goods and services and in attracting customers. Let us take the example of a biscuit manufacturing company to understand this better. The production of biscuits involves various industrial activities such as procuring raw materials, processing them, and packaging the finished product. Once the biscuits are manufactured, they need to be transported to wholesalers and retailers, stored in warehouse, insured against potential damages, and advertised to attract consumers. These supporting activities form the core of commerce. Finally, it is important to understand the concept of business risk. Business risk refers to the possibility of losses or inadequate profits due to uncertainties or unexpected events. It is a fundamental characteristic of any business. Risks can arise from a variety of sources. Economic factors like inflation, recession, or changes in consumer preferences can affect demand. Natural factors like floods, earthquakes, or pandemics can disrupt production. Political instability, changes in government policies, or taxation laws can also impact the business environment. Although risks cannot be completely eliminated, they can be managed through strategies such as market research, product diversification, proper financial planning, and insurance. For example, a business may introduce multiple products to reduce dependence on a single product line. It may also invest in technology and training to stay competitive. Taking calculated risks and preparing for uncertainties is essential for long-term business success. In conclusion, the nature and purpose of business encompass a wide range of activities aimed at producing and distributing goods and services to meet human needs. Business plays a vital role in the economic and social development of a country. From its historical roots in ancient trade routes to the complex globalized markets of today, business continues to evolve. Understanding its meaning, characteristics, objectives, classifications, and associated risks is crucial for anyone aspiring to engage with the world of commerce. Whether as an entrepreneur, a professional, or an informed citizen, a clear understanding of business principles helps in making better decisions and contributing positively to society.